Hello everyone. In today's video, I will be giving you a review on the Samsung Galaxy J3 Orbit and comparing it to my iPhone SE. The audio of this video was actually recorded on the Galaxy J3 Orbit. I used the Samsung Galaxy J3 Orbit for 2 weeks. I wouldn't consider it a great phone, but it's not a bad phone. I've had phones that are much worse than this one, but today we are talking about the Galaxy J3 Orbit. Should you buy it? Let's find out. The Samsung Galaxy J3 Orbit was released in 2018 and cost $60 from TracFone Wireless. It ships on Android 8.0, upgradable to Android 9.0. It is powered by the Samsung Exynos 7 Octa 7884A chipset, has 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of internal storage, but is upgradable with an SD card, and the display is a 5-inch TFT display with a resolution of 1280 by 720. This, in my opinion, is one of the best smartphones you can get for that price. It has the same interface as the Galaxy S9, so software-wise it looks like a flagship smartphone. The cheapness shows with the hardware. It has a physical home button and touch-sensitive recent apps and back buttons next to the home button. It has a plastic back, but can easily be removed to access the SD tray, SIM card tray, and the user-replaceable 2600 mAh battery. You heard me right, this phone from 2018 has a user-replaceable battery. The phone is made of plastic, but at $60 you really can't complain. Another annoyance for me is a lack of a fingerprint scanner. I use Touch ID to unlock my iPhone and a fingerprint scanner to unlock my computer, so I find myself resting my finger down on the home button for a few seconds, only to realize that this phone has no fingerprint scanner, and then put in my PIN number like a caveman. Again, $60, can't complain. Watching YouTube is okay, but given that this does not have a Retina display like the current iPhones, pixels are very visible. Video can be viewed at 720p. Speakers of the Galaxy are okay, but I think they are worse than my iPhone. Here's a comparison of music and one of my videos between the iPhone and J3 Orbit. Tell me down below which sounds better. A lot of footage from this video. A lot of it's broken, unfortunately. I guess that's just something we need to get over, but it seems like every time I try to plan a big video, like reaching 100 subscribers, speakers don't bother me much because I always use my Bluetooth headphones. The Galaxy J3 Orbit has a headphone jack along with my iPhone, which is actually the last iPhone to have a headphone jack. Calling and texting works very well. The only thing I can say about it is with texting. The Samsung keyboard is mediocre at best. I find myself constantly mistyping keys, which gets very frustrating after a while. If you want to do the basics, this phone does it very well, but then again, so does a flip phone. The Galaxy J3 Orbit is a CDMA phone. If you want this phone but have a GSM carrier, the Galaxy J3 2018 is basically the same phone with slightly different hardware. Both of these phones have a $60 price point. That is what I enjoy most about iPhones, especially unlocked ones. My iPhone SE is an unlocked A1662 model, and when I got it, we used AT&T. A few months later, we switched over to Total Wireless, which is a CDMA carrier, and I got a BYOP kit from Total Wireless. After setting everything up, the iPhone was connected to the Total Wireless service. The rear camera is mediocre, but not considered a potato. It is 8 megapixels. In good lighting, pictures turn out okay. This camera records at 1080p at 30 frames per second. I'll show you some pictures and video taken with this camera and compare them to the iPhone. Hello everyone, this video was shot on the Samsung Galaxy J3 Orbit at 1080p at 30 frames per second. Noticing some camera wobble. Not too bad. Hello everyone, this video was taken on the iPhone SE at 1080p at 60 frames per second. Now this does shoot 4K at 30 frames, but I prefer the higher frame rate over a higher resolution. Not too much camera wobble. The front camera is a potato. It is 5 megapixels and records video at 720p at 30 frames per second. However, this is actually better than the iPhone's front-facing camera, which is 1.2 megapixels and records video at 720p at 30 frames per second. I'll show you some selfies and video with this camera and compare them to the iPhone. But no matter how good the camera is, no selfie of me will ever look good. My last tweet on the Galaxy J3 has a video attached to it celebrating my last day with the Galaxy. The video was recorded with the front-facing camera of the J3 Orbit, and that just goes to show how awful the front-facing camera is. But I actually think that the 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera on the iPhone actually looks better than the 5 megapixel camera on the Galaxy J3. Hello everyone. Can't get any quiet. Hello everyone. This video was shot on the Samsung Galaxy J3 Orbit, and this is the front-facing camera, 5 megapixels, 720p at 30 frames per second. Hello everyone. This was shot on the iPhone SE, 720p at 30 frames per second. Like I said, I think I like this one better. The user replaceable battery is good enough, but will take forever to charge, but at 2600 milliamp hours, it will definitely get you through the day. Now, my final opinion. If you need a phone just for the basics, or need a backup phone, the J3 Orbit is good enough for that. For anything else, I would consider getting a used or refurbished iPhone from eBay for cheap, or even a brand new one from retailers such as Apple, Amazon, Walmart, etc. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and tell me, do you use this phone? Are you considering buying this phone? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.